points in these fourth quarters. Just 2 days ago, you guys really struggled in that fourth quarter, but tonight, 24 points.
Yeah, I think I just had a stat or got a stat. 8 of the 10 possessions, their last 10 possessions, I believe we ended with stops. And I think 10 out of the 12 or something within that time frame, we had efficiency in offense as well. So we were getting stops and also converting off of those stops. I thought that we did not let their physicality and disruptive coverages disrupt what we wanted to do. NECA hit some big shots to kind of open it up for us. But there was a lot of synergy from what we were doing defensively to get us some momentum offensively, and I thought our shot quality was better within that time frame as well.
Coach, can you talk about how beneficial it is to where Connecticut's giving you a really tough game? It's not, you're not blowing them out by 20 or anything, and the fact that you had to, your team had to work hard, fight for this one, grind it out, and win, and how that can actually be more beneficial.
Yeah, there's no pride in knowing that on any given night, any team could win in this league, no matter what records indicate. And just the other night, I felt like we didn't get over the hump when we were supposed to, or within that game. And then today I felt like we did. So I think the reps, no matter who the opponent, they matter. That they're going to pay dividends, in the long run, because we're getting these crucial reps that emulate, or could be similar to a playoff, or getting into a playoff, or postseason. So I think it is important for this particular group who, this team hasn't played together very long. We have a new group, and to get confidence within those moments and continue to build from those moments are definitely important.
Just staying right there, just close game, but a physical one.
Yeah.
And where tempers are going this way and staying locked in. How important is that if we drill down one more?
Yes, very important, because basketball is a physical game. We don't want to, we want to have control. We want to make sure that the referees are doing their job, and we as pros and basketball players and coaches are doing our job as well. So it's just, having mental strength and fortitude, not just physically, but mentally, to understand moments and, not have things impact us negatively. And I thought that we took those moments and it impacted us positively. I thought we stayed together in those moments, and I thought we really handled ourselves with a lot of dignity and maturity, and really showcased some professionalism in those moments. Physicality is going to happen. We don't want dirty plays to happen within our game. So there's some control that needs to be there. But at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to shy away or back down from that.
Tiffany Mitchell played the most minutes of any of your bench players today, despite only signing yesterday. Just what do you like about how she's fitting with this team and what she's bringing in her minutes? She's
a vet. She's been in a lot of games herself. And what I like most is her physicality defensively. She can defend on ball, off ball. You guys saw she could get downhill. She can create for others, and also she's very cerebral. Though she's been here a short time, she picked up our things immediately. And from, timeouts, drops on the board to, having had, 2 sessions to prep for this game, she picked it up and is a seamless transition. A, because she plays hard. B, because the physical nature of how she can play, like, we need that, especially on the defensive end.
Coach, in the first half, the shooting was off, right?
Thanks, for lack of a better word. Yeah, you're right.
33% from the field, 14% from beyond the arc. What was the conversation at half to get them to settle in?
Yeah, I think a few of those, again, it was shot quality. Because I feel like we can probably get things on first actions. I think we're kind of like rushed a little bit. That game in Connecticut when we scored 27 in a quarter, like the ball was moving side to side, it was beautiful basketball. How it was zipping, our assists were high. I just think today we were kind of taking some tough ones and hunting them a little bit. And then the ones that we got that were open, we weren't hitting them. So it was about confidently taking open shots in rhythm and knocking them down, but also making sure the quality of the shot improved. And I thought that in the second half, that helped, along with like our defensive intensity and getting some easy ones.
Hey, Coach. Erica Wheeler only had 6 points in the game, but she had 4 steals. Can you talk about her, how valuable that impact was on the defensive end, despite not getting it going offensively?
Yeah, E has some tough assignments defensively, and I think, again, she doesn't shy away from the physicality of those assignments. She, is super impactful on the ball, off the ball, and, navigating a lot of screens and different actions. And so, again, defensively, if we can, get stops and, obviously offense, we have to kind of work through those things. E is a lot of times a culprit of deflection, steals, being in the right position, and it's super helpful to have her defensive intensity and physicality. And I also want to shout out the 5 assists. I think that was important too, to, though in the minutes maybe, being 2 for 7 doesn't feel great, but to impact the game in other ways is actually very important.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. Christian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. Coming into this game, like we said in the pregame, taking these moments and understanding that, bad times don't last forever. That's kind of what Gabby and Nneka said before you came in. But also, Nneka touched on something as far as, I'm paraphrasing here, but her unselfishness being taken advantage of in previous stops, probably at Lake, since it's the only team she's been at. Would you have anything to say as far as what you've seen from her since she's been here and how she's kind of taken that by storm?
I've seen Nneka, and when I say Nneka, like Nneka-ing, it's, the preparation, the professionalism, the leadership, like all those things. I'm always just impressed with how she carries herself, but also how she performs. She's been an efficient basketball player. She's playing some of the best basketball, I feel like, maybe I'm biased, but I feel like in her career, she continues to elevate and play at a high level. And I don't take Nneka for granted because I don't know if it's a stat, I don't know how true it is, but when she's like scoring 20 plus, I think we're pretty successful. And so the games maybe where she isn't efficient, it's like, oh my gosh, Nneka wasn't efficient, but we have to do our jobs as, coaches and players to make sure she's taking good shots, great shots, screen for her and do those things. I'm not going to ever take her for granted because her efficiency is elite, and it matters for us to be successful. So, yeah, her unselfish nature, I think I implore her to shoot more, and as do her teammates, because when Nneka is Nneka, she's an amazing basketball player, and we need her at her best.
All right, final question will go to Zoom with Andrew.
Thank you very much. As always, Coach, congrats on the get-back victory. Just want to ask you, just your team's staying composed when Bree Hartley had that cheap foul at Skylar.
Uh-oh.
Should have been tossed from the game after, especially within what she did to Gabby. And did Rasheed talk to you when you had the handshake about that, or was it just a handshake and...
Yeah. No, I think there are a couple of plays that kind of escalated to the last play. I think it's kind of on the onus of our refs to make sure we're managing those situations so it doesn't get escalated. I thought that, taking a look at the foul on Gabby was important, and I thought that what was warranted was great because it was excessive. I applaud our team for staying poised in that situation. And it, starts with me as a coach to make sure I'm poised, but also our leadership and them talking to each other throughout the timeout. they were making sure they didn't get elevated, though we could have. So I'm proud of the group for fighting through that and being, having a standard of excellence within a situation that can definitely go the wrong way. So that's that. I don't want to get in trouble.
Thank you, Coach.